Hey, what's up everybody? It's Charles and welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, when we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we have an interesting episode for you guys that you definitely want to stick around for. So make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Now, we all know that Shannon Sharpe can be quite passionate when addressing certain issues in sports. And I believe that one of the reasons so many people enjoy watching him is when sometimes he really gets into a certain thing and he's being his authentic self. When you see Shannon Sharpe, shouting and really, getting passionate about things, you can tell that that guy is in his raw element. And I think that's something that a lot of people who watch Undisputed really enjoy. Now, Aaron Rodgers recently made an appearance on the Joe Rogan show to talk about a range of things, right? And I saw some various clips from his sit down with Joe Rogan. And one of those things he discussed was the controversy surrounding his immunization status during the pandemic, right? That was something that made a lot of news. And essentially what happened was Aaron Rodgers came under fire for essentially lying about his status, right? He went in there, told him one thing. He told the reporters that he was immunized because he underwent like this 2-month, procedure process of taking diluted strands of the virus to give him immunization. But then later on he tested positive, and then we found out that in fact he wasn't immunized. And he basically was on the Joe Rogan show explaining, or rather giving his side of the story. Now, after hearing his explanation, Shannon Sharpe, caught a whiff of his comments, and he was thoroughly unamused after hearing what Aaron Rodgers had to say. So they did a segment on on Skip and Shannon's Undisputed, and they asked Shannon Sharpe to give his take on what Aaron Rodgers had to say on the Joe Rogan podcast. And when it was time for Shannon Sharpe to talk, he did not hold a single thing back when he was giving his thoughts on what Aaron Rodgers had to say. So for those of you who missed those comments, what we want to do is play them now for you, and then we're going to come back and react to it. So take a listen to what Shannon Sharpe had to say here.
Shannon, what's your reaction?
I mean, look, he can use all the semantics that he wants to, Skip. He lied. And he purposefully lied because he thumbed the nose because he didn't like the NFL's policy. He knew that, okay, you want to use the term immunized? Okay, fine. But you were supposed to mask up around other people in the building, at press conference, and you didn't. So you were leading people to think because you were immunized, you were leading to the media and the other people around you that you were vaccinated, and you weren't. So you want to use all the semantics and the word, because what Aaron Rodgers thought, that he was above this policy. Aaron Rodgers thought, I'm Aaron bleeping Rodgers. I'm a three-time league MVP. I'm a Super Bowl MVP. I'm one of the handful of best players in all of football. This is not applicable to me. This is applicable to you guys. And he want to blame the woke and the cancel culture. No, this was all about Aaron Rodgers thinking that the NFL COVID policy was not applicable to him. Nothing more, nothing less. Look, there's no denying the guy's talented, Skip. He's a top 5 quarterback. When it's all said and done, you can make a case he might be a top 5 player if he can get another championship. That's undeniable. But as a person, he's a horrible person. He's a liar. He's arrogant. He's aloof. For lack of a better word, he's a prick. And I am so over him. Skip, this was done. Nobody was even talking about Aaron Rodgers and what he lied about last year or what he deliberately misled about. He went on there to rehash that because he wants to thumb his nose. I did that, NFL, and I'll do it again.
And that's what he did.
I just want him to just like, as much as criticism that I left, I'm gonna miss Tom. When he retires, might be one of the handful of best days of my life, because I am so sick of talking about his bull jive. On the field, he's sensational. But off the field, I got nothing for him.
So you heard what he had to say, right? Now, you rarely hear Shannon Sharpe speak about anybody in those particular terms. For him to talk like that, I believe that it came from a genuine place, meaning that I feel that he 100% felt exact, like the things that he was saying. I believe he was saying it from the depths of his heart. Like, I don't think he was, I don't think he minced a single word that he uttered in that soundbite. Now, here are my thoughts on this matter, because I think there are a lot of things that we can unpack here. I believe that Shannon Sharpe was speaking from a few places. Given the fact that Shannon Sharpe was a former professional NFL player, Pro Bowler, and Hall of Famer, I believe that he feels that Aaron Rodgers gets a pass that most NFL players could never get for two specific reasons. Number one, the position he plays and his pigmentation. I believe, I honestly believe this. I believe that because he's mentioned it on various occasions for other situations. I believe that certainly plays a role in the way Shannon Sharpe, or that really informs the prism from which Shannon Sharpe, views this situation. I believe that that's one aspect to it. And I also believe that if this situation was with, let's just replace the player. Let's just say it's not Aaron Rodgers. Let's say it's Lamar Jackson, right? Or hell, even Shannon Sharpe, right? If Shannon Sharpe was playing in the NFL, I think that the treatment would be different. And I think that that's something that Shannon Sharpe truly believes. And I think that that's one of the things that really irks him. Right, because when you hear him say, and then towards the end of the soundbite, where basically, he said, I've said some things about Tom Brady here and there, but he said, but I think when he retires, he's going to be missed. But he's like, when this guy retires, I will not miss him, or something like that. Like, those are very, very, very strong statements. Of course, he called him, he said I thought something like he's not a good person. He even called him a prick. I mean, he really leaned into him, and I think that those 2 points that I just outlined, that I just gave you guys, I believe a lot of his feelings, that's where it's coming from, right? I believe they emanate from that place. Secondly, I genuinely believe Shannon Sharpe was thoroughly turned off because of how smug Aaron Rodgers was about it. I think Aaron Rodgers knows what he did was wrong, and the simple reason is wrong is because of this. It's not because the vaccine makes sense or it doesn't make sense. That's irrelevant. That's absolutely irrelevant. Whether you think it makes sense or it doesn't make sense is irrelevant. What matters is the rule, right? Now, if you don't want to adhere to the rule, then you can simply say, I don't want to follow the rule, and therefore I'm not going to participate. And you can take the Kyrie Irving route. Kyrie Irving did not agree with the ruling or with the status quo, and he said, I'm not going to be a part of it, and he didn't play. Period. That's a stance. But to not agree with something and then find a way to go around the corner and cut corners and do all of those different things, that's where you get people up in arms. And I think that's the part that Shannon Sharpe didn't like. And if you heard towards the end of that soundbite, he said, Aaron Rodgers went on there to basically show you guys, yeah, I got away with it, so what I'm going to talk about it. And if you listen carefully, Skip Bayless was even agreeing with him. The fact of the matter is this: the NFL put that rule in place. No matter how dumb it was the rule. And I'm not going to get into the whole vaccine thing because it's irrelevant, what I think about it, because I already made my thoughts clear on it. However, I believe that those reasons that I outlined are really what really made Shannon Sharpe that upset with Aaron Rodgers, and for him to call him those things and go at him that way. So my question for you guys is, what are your thoughts on his take? Right now, some people say this is old news, this is new news for this channel, right? Because we really talk about NFL related kind of things. So whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section, and we catch y'all on the next episode. Peace.